La da da. All right. Hello. Hello, Emerald. I'm cooked. No, 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 no. Surely not. Surely not. Sure, this may be the only stuff I have found, but that doesn't mean I'm cooked. It kind of means I'm cooked, huh? If I ask really nicely. You're right. You're right. What's the player count? Not high, probably. I would assume not. Let me refresh the page. It's 1150. $11.50. All right, here we go. We got eggs. Oh yeah, I gotta put on a repel, huh? All right, where are the eggs? There are the eggs. Go! What were the finds I got? Exclamation point finds will give you the finds I've had throughout the entire event. I don't have to update it every day just because it's only gonna be Kiego. Found the new meta of getting viewers. Oh, did you now? It should add thwacky. Right. We love grassy terrain. Although Doodle World added grassy terrain very recently, so I guess it's Loomian's turn, right? I guess it's Loomian's turn. Repel's already faded. Yeah, I forgot. This crap sucks. Uh-huh. Black screen simulator is the meta. I see. So you're actually telling me to just shut my stream off. Got it. Thanks, Joshua. Thanks for the encouragement. Mans just said turn it off. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm also hosting a tournament this Saturday and Sunday, so this weekend. With, you know, to play with the new season 2 changes. So if you're interested in that, the link's in the description. You can also do exclamation point tournament. Get the speeder collab. No, he's playing Unite with Mochi. He started like just now. So anyway, that is our first alpha of the stream. It's a regular old normal alpha thing. Yep, our first pink egg. Our first disappointment. Gyarados, I don't want the Rainbow Wisp, though. Rainbow Wisp sucks. What's up? What's up, Solace? Or yeah. Yeah, oh my gosh, never mind. We're just gonna go with that. Anyway, I do plan on actually making that balance patch video now, because originally I was going to, and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to. But then I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I'll try and get it out tomorrow. Again, I can never make promises regarding a video, but you know. So I'm thinking maybe I try to record it on stream. I don't know what I'm gonna do for like the format yet though. I think I'll just like I don't know what I'm gonna do because the way the the patch notes are formatted is weird. Yeah, it's getting Spike Rush on Friday. Ramboss is indeed getting Spike Rush. Oh yeah, I forgot to update my finds with another normal Kiego. Alright, let's get another encounter. There we go. Wobblisk Meta Rise. I mean, Tsukame can probably handle Cramboss. Like, I don't think the meta will really have to change too much to fit Cramboss using Battle Chime with Spike Rush. I can't imagine it changing that much. In regards to that, obviously the hazard meta is changing. Yearsnack still sits on it, true. What's up, Obsidian? True, Krill. Alright. How's my day been? I'm existing. It's been a quiet day. Nothing really of interest has happened yet. Alright, and how much does the body crash do back? Why is Willy Dilly's remodel peak? Probably because they're good at making models, and I mean, Malmerk is getting that treatment. What do I think is broken? Oh, if you mean in a double setting, I mean, I don't know what to think in a too restricted meta. Shade, Shell, Cramboss. Ah, we screw the milkshake. We say screw milkshake. But yeah, how much does Body Crash from Tsukame do to Cramboss? Oh my gosh, Cramboss. Anyway, let's work on getting an encounter first. All right. Oh, it's a roll. Unless you're like heavy armor. If you're heavy armor Tsukame, then you just kill Cramboss. But yeah. How much with restrictive? Restrictive is being changed to not boost body crash and stuff, so heavy armor would be... Cramboss will be weak because of Battle Chime. Well, if you use Milkshake and you Battle Chime, then you'll be at 75% health, which is the benchmark you'd want to hit to Oko it, which Tsukame does. With heavy armor. Heavy armor, it's guaranteed to hit the 75%. I mean, they're both really dumb, but Calyrex is... I mean, even if Miraidon has, like... I don't know, they're both stupid. I'll probably just give it to Calyrex just because Calyrex is done. Calyrex is Calyrex. You might just ditch the milkshake. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess it can make sense if you're for something like a Zoomerl who doesn't have a natural speed stat. I could see why you'd run something like Citrus Berry because you don't always want to click Aqua Jet. Like you can, but you don't always want to. With Cramboss, you don't always have to click Spike Rush because you actually have a speed stat, so you might be able to get away with not running Milkshake. What's up, Stoops? That and Azumarill actually hits hard. That's not relevant to that particular comparison, but yes, Azumarill hits hard. Azumarill does indeed hit hard. Huge power is a funny ability. But, yeah, we'll just see what people try with Cramboss. Now give Cramboss huge power. Yeah, of course. Yeah, huge power with 110 attack. Yeah, that makes sense. For sure, for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure people... Okay, can I... Why am I stuck? Just let me move. But yeah, I mean... I don't know what exactly, like, off the top of my head, what we're gonna try and set up Battle Chimes on. Like, what's like the dream scenario? Like, what are we up against to try and, like, scare it out to get a Battle Chime? Or what are we trying to take a hit from while we Battle Chime? Me, when the 40 base power move can only do half to a resist. A sleeping Whippledrift, you're right. But yeah, Spike Rush not doing, you know, not knocking out a Protogon makes sense. It's a 40 base power move. Which probably getting slapped or sat plant. What? Against what? I assume you mean Lashen. Well, yeah, you always have to chip stuff down before you try a Battle Chime sweep. That's not something you should ever try and rip turn 1. That's just a throw. Oh, range Battle Chime happen? Probably not. I can't... I don't know. I mean, you could also try and use it as a... Like if you know you can't sweep with it, then you can try and wall break with it. Like, doing it early forces something like Tsukami to come in and take, like, 80%. And then it's, you know, Tsukami's really slow, so it can't really come back in very easily. So, there's always that option, but obviously you try to get you know, at least one kill with it. Radiant Forecast and Krampus, true. You can try that. I mean, that answers the whole your snack problem. We'll have to. I mean, I'm curious to see your snack's usage. In season 2, just because one, Dragodine will be a lot more popular due to the way hazards are being changed. And yeah, hazards are going to be harder to get off the field. So your snack is going to have a harder time keeping its tank up. Battle chiming in front of a Bane of Haste team without Bane of Haste would be it. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Good point. Good point. Oh, no. I'm not saying your snack's going to fall off the face of the earth. I'm like, it's not a question on whether or not your snack will be used. It's a question of how much will it be used. Because your snack will still be used. It still has good qualities. It's just a little harder to use properly. Or use easily, I should say. I'm not going to shard up your Icicle, no. If you need to get shards, I would recommend doing the raids right now, because they can drop shards. So if I would find a partner and do nightmare raids. Wobble. To be fair, that is not even robust Wobbleisk, but I mean, Sinogre, yeah, you're right. Sinogre does not care about Battle Chime, but then you're using Sinogre. I mean, Sinogre can what? Spite it? Oh no, it does have Boom Bash. Sinogre does have Boom Bash, so you can actually hit the Krampus. So if Krampus does become such a problem, there's always Sinogre. What's a non-wobble Loomian that sits on Dragodine? Plasmoth, sort of. But if you, yeah, you just peace of mind on that thing. I mean, even then, you can get provoked. Robust Waba is uncommon. Yes, I'm aware. But let's be honest, Wobbleisk in general is just uncommon. Tons of Loomians to beat it. I mean, literally, or I can't say literally every water type, but almost every water type will not die to Spike Rush. The metal types aren't going to die to Spike Rush. Like, the only way you're getting Spike Rush sweeps is if, like, it's a late game Battle Chime and everything's chipped down. Biggest threat to that is offensive teams getting destroyed by Krampus. That's not even really true, though. I don't think Krampus is just deletes offense. Because the main issue with the argument here is against offense. Can Krampus survive to get a Battle Chime? I mean, yeah, Stoops. It being actually slow is going to be a problem, but people are just going to lean into bulky sets to deny hazard removal and then just throw off high base power Draco beams. Overestimating Krampus. I do think people are a little too scared of Krampus. Like, it's a good option for Cram Boss, but I don't think it's gonna be some world-ending threat. Yes, Cram Boss is getting teardown, but again, one of the main things was that Dragodine could remove hazards and then threaten offensively, because then it's faster than you, but now it won't be able to do that. I'm still confused about the Bar Badger getting Spike Rush, but we'll have to see. I'm not... But yeah, I think Bar Badger, since it has more raw power, can be scarier. It's scary, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm still trying to get Slumber buffed so that, like, when you switch out and come back in, you still get the heals from the sleep turns. Like, because the game remembers how many turns you're asleep for Slumber specifically, so why can it not remember the healing being active for the Slumber? Like, if you're gonna sit there, you might as like, you don't agree with that? Okay, cool, but I think you're I think you're wrong with disagreeing, but because Slumber is just not a great move. Like, some things, yes, do run it, but they run it because they don't have any other option. Not because the move is good. Regens all your HP and energy. Well, it doesn't regen all your energy, but it does work towards regenerating your HP, but it's staggered recovery. It's not like Rest in Pokemon where you get all of your HP back immediately. You can still break through Slumber recovery in this game because it's staggered. So I think it's fine. Like, yeah, some super fat things like Cosmere become much more annoying to kill, but to be fair, what else does Cosmere have going for it other than being fat? You ever think Beast Slumber than buff OG Beast Slumber? Yeah, okay, buddy. Well, you see, Joshua, I don't think anything offensive is going to be running Slumber, because that's just a momentum sink. Like, yes, Slumber is meant for bulky things to use because they want to heal. You know, if Tsukame wasn't as good as it was, I would totally want to try something like Thunderstorm plus Specialty Gloves Himber with Yeti's Wrath. That would be so funny, but then, you know, Tsukame exists. I mean, to be fair, you just need to chip Tsukame down to 75%, roughly, and then Himber can break through it. But still. That's only with Yeti's Wrath, and then, you know, they just switch to their Lashent if they have it. Slumber stalling and failed. Oh, you tried stalling? Get out. Leave. We have to keep it nerfed, guys. The stallers are here. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But, yeah, I'd say I'd just do that to Slumber. And Beast Slumber, obviously. Yes, Himber is also getting Spike Rush, yes. Just imagine. Ice Hammer, Earthquake, Yeti's Wrath, Spike Rush. Specialty Gloves in Thunderstorm. Just ignore Tsukame's entire existence, okay? We just ignore that thing. Please ignore it. Please. It sounds funny. I think some people are gonna try out some restrictive sets with like Mudslide and Spike Rush. Like, did they do something like Ice Hammer, Earthquake, Spike Rush, Mudslide, something like that? I really don't like Quick Punch Himber. Himber is so weak without using stabs because 98 base attack is not a real attack stat. It's a fine attack set if you've Pokemon Stab. Just sucks that your entire ability is making it Pokemon Stab. But yeah, that's something I've like thought about just because Himber is funny. You like icicle traps? I mean, that's fair. Yo, Twilight with the $2 super chat. Cash money. Thank you very much, dude.
Cash money.
Very much appreciated. I'm a big fan of this cash money. But in regards to Himber, yeah, I don't know. Because Himber has some big glaring issues, like the fact that it's slow and weak to a lot of things, but it's also got the Mamoswine aspect to it with Ice Earth and actually hitting pretty hard because of Awakening. It's got big natural bulk, which can be exemplar, you know, magnified with the restrictive stuff, but again, yeah, you'd lose out on Icicle Trap. But I don't think you're losing out on too much by not having Icicle Trap. Gotta get ready for drive. All right. Have fun with the drive, even though we all know driving isn't fun, but still gotta say it. Make sure to drive safe, of course. Look out for the weirdos on the road. But yeah, Himber. What else are people running? Would they just run Amulet? Run anti-meta? I mean, my thing with the whole Tsukame thing, SA, like, let me run the calc. I'm pretty sure I calc with heavy armor of you just needing 25% of it. Just needs to be at like 75% health, and then Himber will break it with Yeti's Wrath. So let me check, double check that. Himber of Vowie Brawny, Awakening, Specialty Gloves, Yeti's Wrath. Yeah. Okay. Wait, no. Yeah, that was with heavy armor. Okay. Yeah. You would need 25% health chips. So that's like, realistically, you just hit it once for, you know, 10-15%. And then it switches into barbs, and then it's you know, two-shotting the Tsukame. So realistically, it's not the biggest ask in the world. So I wouldn't even say the Tsukame kind of ruins it. You could run Bane of Haste Rageful Plushie. I generally want to rely on as little things as possible. So, like, relying on Bane of Haste to outspeed and then relying on getting hit super effectively to actually do damage, I'm not a big fan of that. In my little scenario, you're just wanting Thunderstorm up so they can't switch an air type in on your Yeti's Wrath. And that's literally it. Like, you're still gonna have to think because they could have plant types. You know, Lashent will still stop Yeti's Wrath. Speaking of, how much does Lashent take? Are Lashents nowadays still very robust? Or are they, like, how have Lashents kind of adapted? You could use Bulk Up on, like, a health amulet kind of deal. I could definitely see it using Bulk Up. Again, its stabs are just really strong. Alright, very robust. How much is it taking? Oh, it's only taking like 25 to 30. Yeah, that's not enough. I mean, Ice Hammer hurts a lot, but yeah, it's still a... You still have to make a read. Ice Hammer does 80 to 94 on very robust Lashent. But yeah, Yeti's Wrath only does 25 to 30. I did not find the Gamma Twiddle, no. Although, I guess the big problem with the whole Lashent thing is Lashent is faster than you. At least with Tsukame, Himber is faster. But I guess you could run some speed on the Himber. Like, what? Robust runs like... Or very robust runs like 16 sluggish. How much speed do you need to outspeed that? Oh lord, you need way too much. You need 96 speed with non-sluggish Himber. I would not run Iron Fumble along with the Himber. I don't... No. No. We're not trying to burn down the kitchen. But... So I guess if you're running non-sluggish... You're right, Atlas. This was a thought I had before the whole Malamurk stuff came up, but yeah, Malamurk is going to be used a ton, which kind of ruins the whole idea for Himber here. Malamurk's not a real Loomian. Well, neither is Ferroglyph, and Ferroglyph was like the 4th most used thing in Season 1, so... Why is Himber Hot Topic? It's not. It's just something I've been like, it was just a little thought I had, you know. Specialty gloves Himber under Thunderstorm, so you could click Yeti's Wrath freely. But yeah, it's not like the next big guy. It's just something, a fleeting thought, really. But yeah, Malamurk being introduced to, you know, as a free to buy thing. Yeah, it's not looking good for our boy with this strat. Like, let's see, how much does... I'm assuming... Actually, what would Malamurk even run in the meta? Like, obviously, we're not saying Malamurk is good. I'm not trying to say that, but what are we doing with Malamurk in this current meta? Like, preferably we wouldn't use it. I get that. What are we doing with it, though? Are we just kind of running it in place of Lashent, running very robust? I can write a Zard X now. This, it's a Y... Sure. This is Zard X. Just to keep it simple. But the Egg Dragon got a Mega. And I have the blue version of it. So it looks like Megazard X. So why not? And they have the pink one. See? I'm not saying Malmark would do good in the meta. I'm just saying what would people do with it? Because again, it's gonna be available to for general public. You know, no effort required. But let me see. Very robust. Takes 30. So it's in like the boat of Tsukame, except it's with Ice Hammer this time, where if I hit it a little bit and it comes on barbs, then Himber would break it. Oh, no, for sure, Soul. Malamark is a defensive guy. Like, it doesn't really have the sauce for offensive stuff. You know, yeah, that's a fair point, Drippo. You could use it for, like, Protagon and stuff. So there might be a chance people would use it very clever. Let me see what it would look like very clever. Malamark does not have hazards, no. Let me see. Ice Hammer is a raw 2-shot on very clever. Yeti's Wrath is a 3-shot on very clever. But, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world if, Malamark came in against the Himber. Again, I don't think I'm not trying to say Himber's good. I'm just trying to think of how I could make the funny little glove set work. But the problem is you could run both Malamark and Tsukame, and then it doesn't matter which move you click, because then they just go into the other fat water. If you click Yeti's Wrath, well, I'm going into my Malamark. If you click Ice Hammer, Tsukame is right there. Bulk up Himber will cook. Yeah. I don't. It wouldn't work against Malamark because they could just, you know, use ranged moves. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Himber is going to be him in that regard. Mal's losing Mudslide? No, it's not losing Mudslide. Mudslide won't do damage. It's gonna have 30 base power, but it'll still have it. Ah, I see, Drippo. Of course, of course. Alright, what are some other defensive things in the game right now? Like, Lashent, Tsukame, those would give the biggest issues to this whole Himber idea. Let me see it. Let me open up my little tier list thingy. What else we got? I'm gonna go look at the image sent by, Palm, or Trapinch, I should say. If I can find the DM. There it is. All right. Only work on plant moves? It's plant moves. Plant moves will guarantee speed drop. That is, just ignore that your snack invalidates Himber. Well, if hazards are up, my Yeti's Wrath is destroying it. I'm sorry. Maybe Joshua. Incoming Malamark plant pivot move. How about no? But your snacks are just very robust, right? All right, yeah. Yeti's Wrath is just a 2-shot on tank. I mean, of course they run Amulet or Milkshake, so I guess you hit it once. It can take one. And then it just dies. So, yeah, I'm not... If you have Hazards up, your snack is a non-issue. It's literally just the dumb turtle right now. And then Malamurk's also going to make it a bit of an issue. But in reality, it just depends on how people end up running those Malamurks, if at all. He's an issue for bulk upsets? True. That's very true. What's up with all these bulky water types? True. Oh, speaking of bulky water type, I'm curious now. Terrifying. Yeti's Wrath on the very clever restrictive shield Samarine is a one-shot after barbs. That's good. But if it's the very robust restrictive armor... Oh my god. That went from a one-shot to 45.8%. Although, I guess with barbs, that's still a 2-shot. But still, dang. Just the drastic difference. I mean, yeah, Samarine's bulky. It's got 120 HP. It has Terrifying to lower the attack. It has Armor to increase its defense. And it's got a solid 82 base defense anyway. So yeah, it makes sense. It's just, you know, looking at it is just, geez. That's super effective. You don't want to know how much Ice Hammer does. You do not want to know how much Ice Hammer does. How much would it do to a robust 200 armor Cephalops? Why are we running Cephalops like that? That is a crime. Like, Cephalops would absolutely eat the hit like that, but come on, man. That's so rude. Restrictive armor. Yeah, that's a 3-shot. It's a, yeah, you need about, like, I mean, to be fair, that's only, again, you just force it in one time, and then the next time it comes in with barbs, Timber 2-shots it. But still, that's crazy. So you know what, this Himber could cook a little bit. I wouldn't say it's like a, you know, a standard good Loomian, but it could definitely put in some work. Like, it's not good like this, but it's not like a mon. Now put it against a Protagon. How about no? Barblast might cook the meta. Well, this Himber cooks Barblast. So, but no. Barblast is just another bulky guy. He's pretty darn fat. But yeah, that's, you know, I wouldn't say this Himpercent's bad. Because you run what? Yeti's Wrath, Ice Hammer, Earthquake, and then like Spike Rush. Okay, look, Pine Shot with guaranteed speed drops. Let's not. I mean, it's funny. I don't think it would matter in the most amount of cases, but it would matter in a decent number of cases. But, like, can we not? Multi-hit speed drops? But I get it's not like a pivot or anything. It'd be funny. I'd say that much. It'd be funny. It'd be very annoying, though. Well, Joshua, you wouldn't even need 10 hits on my particular Himber because it'd be offensively built, not defensively. Like, it would have 200 HP, but, like, that's it. Because I would literally need to run 96 speed so I can outspeed, like, very robust Lashen. All right, let me see. Let me look at that usage image again. Let me see the offensive guys being used. Not too many of them are actually weak to Spike Rush. I mean, I guess I could see how much Zulong takes. How much does Zulong take? Do they run Tender? Because I know they run, like, very nimble goggles. Let's see. Spike Rush to non-tender does 2-shot after barbs, but, like, very smart and very nimble. Okay, well, you still have to drop a defense somewhere. So I don't know if they're foolish or tender. Oh my gosh, I see this person with their Gamma Metronet, and I have to say I have one just like that, except someone stole it from me. But regardless, if there's barbs, like if it takes any barbs chip, Himber's Spike Rush is a 2-shot. It does about half. But if they're tender, then it's, you know, half of their health. Why Speeder even take it? Because he's wanted a Gamma Metronet for a long time. So basically, I told him he originally took it because of a showcase, and then he's just holding on to it until I ask for it back. Which, considering how often I play the game, it's, I might not need it back for a while. But yeah, if they are a tender Protagon, then yeah, the Spike Rush is like half their health. Which is cool. Not Protagon, Zulong. I think he still has my Mask, yeah. I think he still has Mima Mask. He's got a couple things of mine. I don't remember which ones, but he's got a couple of them. I know Metronet. I don't remember if he gave back Mima Mask or not. I mean, I could check right now, but that would be a waste of boost time. So anyway, now that I've spent an hour talking about freaking Himber, in reality, it's been like 30 minutes, but, you know, we have to exaggerate. Are there any funky sets that you guys want to try? Like, yeah, I've talked about Thunderstorm Himber. Is there any funky sets you guys want to try? Does Brute Force ignore recoil bracelet? No, it will not. Yeah, this has been talked about. Jamie doesn't want it to ignore the recoil. I don't know if it's getting Brawn Boost. I know it has bulk up right now. It might get Brawn Boost down the line. It doesn't have it yet, though. Oh, restrictive armor Garlash. Oh, so basically Samarine, but like you don't want to use Samarine. Icicle with dry ice, I see. Samarine, but funnier. So yeah, Samarine, but you don't want to use Samarine. Is there any specific tech that Garlash has over Samarine? I mean, I guess it's not weak to Earth. Actually, how well does it take a Borak Earthquake? Garlash against Borak. The Borak would be +1, but then the Terrifying resets it to neutral. So it would be just very robust, restrictive armor. Earthquake does not bad, 26 to 31. Not bad at all. Yeah, Drippo, it's because the Garlash would be terrifying, so it would drop the boast boost down back down to neutral, and then you know you have the very robust plus restrictive armor, and you're not weak to Earth. So it's not bad into Borak. Not not ideal, but it's not bad. How much does Wave Wrecker do? 47 to 55. Oh no. Yes, very robust. Because it's terrifying and what it's like he wanted it to be bulky. Listen, Corey. Garlash does have Wave Wrecker, right? Or am I just imagining things? Am I making stuff up? Okay, it does have Wave Wrecker. Good. Let's see. How much attack do you need to guarantee 2-shot? Oh, you can. All right, you have enough TPs. It's 52. Oh no. I was gonna say you have enough TPs to guarantee 2-shot the Borak with Wave Wrecker. Oh no. But oops. But I mean, there's that. Is there anything else you would use Garlash for? Trying to think. I mean, actually, how well does it hit our? I mean, no, Arceus just doesn't take any damage from it. How about Tyrex? Let's do Power Jaw, Thunder Chomp. Or let's just like no moves to use. Thunder Chomp. Power Jaw. $200 Brawny. Okay. He might be stuck with Vicious Snap. Oh no. That's depressing. But the Thunder Chomp from 200 Brawny Power Jaw Tyrex is 20 to 25%. Plunge, you're a work of art. And that's the most damage Tyrex would be able to do to you. Like, Earthquake is doing 11 to 13. Guys, is it time? Is the Garlash's time? Is it time? Oh, okay, I don't think Charade is a reason to drop your restrictive item, but... You're gonna mud spatter the Arceros? Oh no. Oh no. Alright. So I think the whole Garlash idea is cooked. But it is funny that Thunder Chomp is like not even an actual 4-shot. Like, you would need to max roll 4 times in a row for Thunder Chomp to be a 4-shot. The strongest Loomian in Season 2, and what is that, Gyarados? What is the strongest Loomian in Season 2? Plunge, Clay Slap, Provoke, Dodge. Oh, God. Crash Mantis? Oh, no, it won't be. Just because, the restrictive items are being changed to not boost the defense scaling items, or moves. So Body Crash won't be boosted by the item. Venom Chomp for Tatab? True. Speaking of, let's see how fast it deletes you. Oh boy. It's already not looking good for our warrior. I haven't put on the gloves yet. So Timber Thrash. Oh my god, I'm looking at the calc. It is not even a guaranteed OHKO. Hey, you just get barbs up, man. You just get barbs up. It's okay. You got this. Oh, true. If they Timber Thrash you, then they die to the Venom Chomp. That's very true. That's without barbs. If they Jungle Jutsu you... By the way, okay, so wait, how much does Jungle Jutsu do? 21 to 25. And that's Gloves, Brawny, Awakening, and all that jazz. Timber Thrash is 58 to 68, but just don't take a Timber Thrash. And then if you had 96 attack, Venom Chomp is 90 to 106. But I remember the... that's going to be added on Friday, Isaac. That's because that's when the restrictive items are changing anyway. Yeah, if it's Boots Tatab, it doesn't two-shot you. That's true. Parrot with secret ability Malwork to deal with Timber. True. See, look, you just use the Crown Loomian and Garlash, and then you're still struggling because There's more than just Tatab in the world. Did I find back-to-back Fabergés? Venom Chomp hits Malmark. Oh my god, see, Garlash is him. What do I know about restrictive armor Seer Knight? True. Are you like very robust? Like what set are you planning? What set are we talking here, Drippo? Probably very robust, terrifying. Okay. You lose your ability. Oh, this is where you run rapid fire to get your burn fishing. Finally, his signature move has a use. Finally. Finally, guys. It's time. Oh, no. Alright. So we have terrifying, very robust. 200. 200. Restrictive armor. So Gloves Tatab does not two-shot this Seer Knight with Jungle Jutsu. Just want to point that out. Route 3. Oh no. Oh well. We got it. Tyrex doesn't two-shot. Wait, what? Earthquake. 200. Oh my god. Now get hit by Raging Flame. No, this is restrictive armor. You can't. You have to use rapid fire to get your burns. Body crash, rapid fire, slap down, then sealed boiling press. I could see it. I could see it. I don't see it being. Oh, hey, people can try it. That's for sure. Oh yeah, it'll have boiling press. It's not being removed. It's not being removed from anything but Arceros. Oh wait, I don't even have boosts on. What am I doing? Wait, really? Colossus only has a small chance? Oh my god. Yeah, if you switch into Colossotrops Earthquake, max attack Brawny has a 11% chance to two-shot with Earthquake. What is this? The Rogue Assault is a 1.4% to 3-shot? What is this bulk? The question is, how much damage does it do back? We don't talk about the damage Seer Knight does back. We don't talk about that. we hush. Now put it against Progon. Shut up. Can Behemoth even Oko? Oh, let's give it a go. Behemoth. The Earthquake doesn't even... It's not guaranteed to do half. So, if I made this Brawny Specialty Gloves, the Earthquake is not a one-shot. Well, again, Joshua, the problem is, yeah, Seer Knight takes all of this damage, but how much is it doing back? What is bro doing back? Like, you can slap some items. Sure. But, yeah, in terms of damage, there is no damage. He's fishing for burns. Yeah, he can slap and fish for burns. Well, again, so the problem with the whole burn thing is he would have to use rapid fire. Use it on poison barbs teams. All right, so we're not using rapid fire. But no, that is mad bulky. I will give Seer Knight that is mad bulky. Although I guess the same could be said. Yeah, I was about to say Terra Claw is very similar, where it's like ungodly tanky on the range side, but then like, what does he do? I mean, I guess like let's say you buff Terra Claw with like Vital Jab. I guess. Dropping it for chase down. Ah, so we can do 4 damage. Biting pivot move. Oh boy. But no. Yeah, that Seer Knight is mad tanky on the melee side. Restrictive armor ventation. Carr was talking about that in the Discord just because he he likes ventation, So yeah, it would be super bulky on the melee side, but not doing much of anything back. I got a Gleam back to back with a Gamma Kiego. How rare is the Blue Crown Kiego? The Fabergés are 1 in 300. Like, just to find that particular skin of the Kiego is 1 in 300. That's before any Alpha or Gamma on top of that. Yeah, he can survive any physical attack except a fully boosted Expert Onslaught from Behemoth. It can't survive that, but... Actually, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Darn it, it survives the Yeti's Wrath too. Yeah, the Yeti's Wrath does 80 to 94. Plus 1 Oculus did 25. Plus 2 AV did 60. Oh, God. Would Staunch deal more damage? True. Staunch still is not a guaranteed OCO. But Staunch is 99.5 mineral, so it's very much in Himber's favor to kill it, if it's Staunch. Oh yeah, Oxydrake is mad bulky in Rain or Wind. Well, yeah, Tyrex also is also just not quad weak to the move, so that helps. We're just looking at Seer Knight taking these quad effective moves and not dying. But yeah, Staunch, Gloves, very brawny Himber with Yeti's Wrath does 99.5 to 117.5 on this Seer Knight. So I guess Himber wins, right? Yeah, I would not care. Okay, look. Actually, you're right. I'm the only person that would be using this Himber. And because it's me, I would low roll. And so the Seer Knight lives. You're absolutely right. All right. Is there any other funny business? Okay, so I kind of I still like the whole Himber idea. Is there any other thing that actually, like, sure, it's mad bulky, but is there anything that actually does damage back to stuff? Is there any cool sets that aren't ridiculously one-sided in either direction and it can actually, you know, work beyond the intended thing of, you know, taking a hit? Restrictive Shield Maraith. Secret ability Cosme Art. Tyrex. Tyrex, I know epically wants to run like a restrictive item on a rain team with Tyrex. Or something like that, I think. Was it on rain or just in general? I can't remember, but... Offensive restrictive armor your snack. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thunder Chomp Maraith win. True. Gotta kill that Stratosaur, am I right? Would you actually? Tori? I mean, yeah, it's mad tanky, but what does it do? I mean, I guess it just does what it does anyway. You just click pivot. You click slap, you click pivot. That's all it did before, and it would continue to do that. So never mind. I retract my question. I know exactly what it would do. Just tankier, yeah. Maraith doesn't have a health stat? Yeah. I mean, low HP things can work. You just actually need to have the right tools for it. Maraith is, like, very close to... Like, Maraith is a well-balanced Loomian. It's just, there's a lot of things that are kind of over the line of balanced in this game, so Maraith needs a bit more to compete with stuff like that. I still think Impersonate Maraith is funny. Yep, eggs. Oh yeah, Maraith would still be able to do damage with Impersonate, even if it were ran like super defensively, just because you get that 50% extra damage. True, you can't run Impersonate. Is Impersonate a support move? Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can't run Impersonate. Yeah. Yeah, what's the point? What are we even doing, man, if we can't run freaking Impersonate Maraith? The Never Coming Story update? I mean, I've never really cared about the story. It'll come when it comes. The story's not that interesting, and like it's not hard either. There's always the notion that people would just blitz through it with PvP prepped stuff, which most people do, but I actually have a story team set aside for that stuff. And it's never been hard. Nicholas with subscription. Thank you very much, dude. Well, I know Metatoad plans on running, or some Metatoads plan on running restrictive because you get to run Sly to deny them of their like specialty item boost, and then you can also become mad tanky with restrictive, and you have access to pivot and all that. So Sly's never getting fixed. It was already fixed, my guy. It's been fixed for like forever now. Yes, it was actually fixed. It and Bully were fixed a long time ago. There'd be more epic Loomians. I mean, yeah, new Loomians is cool. New Loomians are cool. But yeah, it's not necessarily a suit. Like, don't get me wrong, new area is good. It'll bring a lot of players, but it's not gonna keep the players. I'd rather we see updates that actually hold players between updates. Like, yeah, it was good that they did the PvP stuff, but obviously it's not enough because PvP is generally enjoyed by a minority of players of any game, really. So they need things to do that other players would like. So yeah, we need to see stuff like that. But obviously you need to update the story too. Which is the struggle with Loomian Legacy because they have one single coder. Probably not Ray, but it doesn't hurt to try it. What's the point of new Loomians if you can't abuse them in ranked? True. Because just want story updates because the map gets bigger and developers add more interesting things. I mean, Submarine and Arcade don't have to... Wait, no, the Arcade wasn't even from a story update. Because the Arcade didn't even work on release, right? Like, they can add those things without story updates. Just those, like, things like that, extra things to do, those don't require story updates. But obviously, like, when you make those things, you obviously want a story update to bring in the players to enjoy those things. I mean, yeah, ranking up in Loomian isn't, like, terribly hard, Soul. The hardest part is just finding the motivation to play in broken metas. Not necessarily ranking up, though. Oh, I didn't mean to hit no. I meant to hit yes. Three hours from now, some awful route pools. Uh-oh. Let's see what we're working with. Oh, gross. 4 and 8? Oh, no. It's kind of Jover. I mean, it wouldn't really matter when it came, G15, because they could always just update to change it depending on where you are in the game. But yeah, I feel like Season 2 will at least be the least broken meta to have in ranked so far. Because Season 0 was Season 0. Season 1 had some very, very annoying outliers in Arceros, Nemesis, and whatnot. Season 2, the outliers are being nerfed. Not too many things are being, like, buffed in compensation, but should be slightly less annoying. The main annoyance for Season 2 will be, like, figuring out hazard removal. Like, what's good enough with the good moves, like Gust and Burn Up, to justify using, so that you can avoid Teardown Mudslide, right? And what's good enough to warrant using Teardown Mudslide as the removal options? Malevolwax is keeping Burn Up, yes. I know there's a stall player that uses Malevolwax right now, so they're not really gonna change anything. Just run T-Storm Mudslide, I guess. But running a whole weather just so you can use a 30 base power move freely, I don't know. No, Drippo, the whole point of removing Burn Up wasn't just because of the +2 it got. It was because he wanted the better things to have worse removal options. He wants, like, Burn Up and Gust are gonna be saved for, like, worse things. Like Malevolwax, Billiforge, those are keeping Burn Up. But, like, the generally better things are gonna have Teardown Mudslide. So no, yeah, Cracklow is not getting it back. Then he takes Burn Up away from Ventation. Yeah, you're right. Is Zeppelin keeping Gust? I think it is. I don't remember Zeppelin losing Gust. It might. I doubt it, though. Because, speaking of Zeppelin, Zeppelin is getting mad buffed with this season. It's getting Landslide as a stronger Earth option. It's getting Typhoon, so you can use it in Strong Gust with Tumultuous. And it's getting Spite for guaranteed damage on resists. Like, hello? And it's keeping Gust. Now, will it be a top tier? Probably not. Doesn't have Perch. Did it get Perch? No, I don't think it has Perch. Does it have Perch? I don't think it has Perch. I'm pretty... Huh? It does? Alright, well then it's got Perch. Huh. Weird. Alright then. Level 1. Sick. Well, there you go. It's got Perch. You've got what? Provoke, Spite, Perch, Landslide, Mudslide, Gust. You're never using Mudslide. You're always going to use Landslide. You've got Gust. You've got, yeah, Provoke, Peace of Mind. You've got, oh, it's got a lot of options. All right. I just looked in Loomian Legacy official because I'm trying to look at the patch notes, and then I see somebody asking for accuracy nerfs. Not anything targeted, but just in general. So abilities like Sharp Focus and, All Seeing or whatever the Titan's abilities are, can actually work. I'm just like, wait, what? We actively want accuracy to suck in this game because of 2 abilities. Like, I get that the things that have those abilities don't have anything to benefit from it, except, like, shock you with Foul Chant, but... Like, man. Technically, Zeppelin with Spite now. Gotta run that Sharp Focus Spite, guys. Oh, and of course Typhoon, which is 2 base power stronger than Resonate, that costs 16 more energy, and doesn't have a chance to boost your stat. Oh, yeah, wait. Okay, I know nobody plays doubles, but Typhoon is a spread move that won't miss because of All Seeing, and you can't dodge All Seeing either. So Morphezu will have a 150 base range attack with an undodgeable 110 base power spread move. Jesus. I feel sorry for the 3 people that play doubles. But anyway, Shrimp Post used Shell Bash, so it's okay. Because it's also going to double his Wide Guard. Double's now relying on Shrimp Post to survive. Yeah, that should be good. Anyway. Back to talking about singles. Can you block it? Yeah, you can block it. You just can't dodge it. So yeah, there's technically counterplay in like the Briar, Lava, or Magma, all those blocks. But yeah, you cannot dodge it. It would probably just depend on the doubles meta, what like 4th move you need. Be it like Rogue Assault for just big damage, or Parasitize, like you said. Or Vital Jab. It would be more likely to run Vital Jab because it's better coverage, but... You know. You never know. There might be something very specific that Parasitize is very good for. Now my question is, like, you use Shell Bash, right? You block the Typhoon. Now you have to hope that the other guy is hitting Shrimp Post, or else Shell Bash does nothing. Like, yes, Shrimp Post can keep the spread moves in check, but this also could just be a big case of, all my friends are dead syndrome. Because they just target the other guy. Just add Wide Guard. Yeah, Shell Bash is becoming Wide Guard plus everything else it does, but yeah, Wide Guard in general would be good for the doubles game. But yeah, the 3 players. Or the Morphezu clicks Jetstream Shrimp Post dice. No, because it's taking half damage because of Shell Bash. So it lives. Like, Shrimp Post would be hard to kill in that scenario, but it's just like, you could also just ignore it. Like, if you know they're gonna click Shell Bash because it's the only thing holding spread moves back, then you simply take advantage of the fact and just double into the other guy. Oh yeah, when he was gonna make it wide guard plus bait, dear God, what was he cooking? Yes, that does sound evil. Because it was gonna maintain its current effect too. So it would take half damage and then deal double damage afterwards. I think Obsidian will be cool with this move. So it's getting what? Barbs, Provoke, and Mudslide? Eh? I don't know. I do not know. I'm trying to think. Wait, no, we can't be having this. Because I say because that thing can well my Himber. That's not okay. We can't be having that. I think if you wanted to give it an offensive ability soul, you would give it something like Sharp Claws, because it's literally a jagged thing of obsidian. But then again, it's really fat, and then it can drudge. Huh. I don't know. I still think it would be interesting to try out. Although everybody who had Vesperatu would be like kicking their feet because why does Obsidian get Sharp Claws? It only has 10 less attack than Vesperatu. But no, I think Vesperatu will be fine without Sharp Claws later down the line when it actually gets more moves. Because, like, Vesperatu, in terms of, like, other Loomians, is so behind in an updated move pool because it was just so good without having an updated move pool. Now that it's done being carried by its ability, now it's just behind on its move pool. The hunt, I've not found anything since the first alpha egg today, but that's about right. These hunts generally kind of suck. No pity to carry. Encounters are slower. And compared to the Dusket hunt, the thing I'm looking for is rarer. Fun. It's because they're set encounters, so like any encounter you get from this is like guaranteed Diego. So it's a set encounter. I don't know if it's the most boring. I still think Sweet Retreat's way more boring. I think when we had gift exchange, never mind. Gift exchange is like awful. Well, so I think Karen was referring to like actual events rather than it brings a gift exchange to your favorite. Well, I'm sorry that your favorite is the most mind-numbingly boring minigame of them all. Maze is the most interactive, but I know a lot of people hate the maze, so I have to keep it quiet that I actually like the maze. Oh, hey, look, another alpha normal Kiego. Fine! Fun, fun, fun. You know, I can't comprehend the complexity behind gift exchange. Yeah, you're right. I can't comprehend the desire to play a game that's not even, like, that's only partially in your control. Although I guess playing PvP, it's only partially in your control, so I guess that doesn't really work. But like playing gift exchange, you only did it to grind for the like the currency. When you're grinding for a currency in an event, you generally want it to be in your control. So that's where it differs. The gift exchange is a means to an end when the PvP is the end. Devious Teardown Oxidrake for guaranteed removal? That's something. Yeah, that's certainly an idea. It was an idea that you had. Battle-based events? I mean, yeah, you got raids and then rainbow thing. Yeah, I don't know. Because the only thing people care about in this game is different colored pixels, so... Arceros is your burn-up user? Oh boy. Wait, if Arceros gets removal like that, then Glacelia needs removal like that. We're giving it Gust. Never give Glacelia Gust. Scavenger Hunt was complete garbage. I mean, yeah, they just didn't... They didn't balance it in regards to, like, the event being a global thing, because... Like, because obviously I pitched my whole Dusket scavenger hunt I did way back when, right? They liked it, and then they basically added it, but made it easier than my Dusket thing. When my Dusket thing was only to a couple hundred people, that was to 12,000 people. Oops. Are there eggs up there? A couple. But yeah, I think, yeah, they just had the scale all wrong in regards to the scavenger hunt thing. I'm surprised they never brought that, like, little mechanic back for, like, a daily or weekly little thing. Or am I surprised? No. Never mind, I'm not surprised. Magnifying Phoenix. Would be a good check for Barbadger in Season 2, Sukame. Sukame. You've got Body Crash, you can hit it. There's your snack, as always. You could use Sinogre, I guess. I was gonna say you Brawn boosted, but then my Garbantus came in, but then I forgot that it gets Spike Rush too. Which wouldn't kill Garbantis, but dang. I still don't know why Barbadger's getting a Spike Rush. Is Barbadger scary? Well, it's similar to Borok, where it can get it almost always free +1 on entry. And it has Brawn Boost, and it is now getting priority. Getting or losing EQ made it balanced? I mean, sure. It still has Clay Slap, though, for coverage. It's weaker than Earthquake, obviously, but it's still there. Steel Trap, Restrictive Armor, Yurtle. Oh, it's time, guys. Yeah, it's a better offensive typing than Mutagon. Can hit just as hard. Harder, actually. Wait, guys, this means, right, that if Barbadger is balanced with it, then Mutagon would be balanced again with Quick Punch. Yurtle is getting Shadowbox, yes. Martial Shell, Rogue Assault versus Restrictive Armor Tsukame, guaranteed 2k. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we switch in. Oh, wait, that's Restrictive Armor Tsukame. Jesus. Alright, replace the Restrictive with Heavy Armor. Jeez. Just double switch 4 times, true. Bait the Rogue Assault by going into a Spirit. Holy, yeah, that does a lot. Okay, wait. So how much does the Body Crash do back now that it's at -1? No, Restrictive is 50%, heavy items are 20%. Yeah. Guaranteed Oko. See, guys? It's fine. It checks it. Sure, you lose your Tsukame, but that's neither here nor there. Karim, do you get it? Do you get it? Cause when you turn it upside down, anyway. But yeah, guys, see, Tsukame checks Barbadger. What's so funny? True, you know, I'd have to spell it out, right? Opinion on Cinemoth? That's not a real Loomian. That's my opinion. But hey, it's getting ranged Drudge, guys. Yippee! Restrictive Armor Yurtle sits on Barbadger. True. Give it Wise. Oh boy. Time for Venomoth, guys. Actually, now I'm curious. All right, Ursul, terrifying, restrictive armor. Let's see, Bar Badger. Okay, before I put any defense investment, and no defense investment yet, it's just 200 HP. Ice Hammer at +2 is 35 to 41. Oh, when I say +2, I mean +3 because Dauntless is active in this. Oh, actually, wait. Dauntless wouldn't be active because Ursul's switching into Bar Badger. And I didn't have Terrifying on. Okay, so let's just neutralize. Okay, so it would just be +2. Because you'd be switching in. So it'd be +2. Ice Hammer's doing 27 to 33. With no defense investment. Just restrictive armor. And terrifying. Interesting. Again, that's assuming the Bar Badger's +2. So like Dauntless plus Brawn boost, but then Terrified back down to +2. And then what? Harrow with no... I haven't put attack investment in yet either, and Harrow's doing half. What about Steel Trap? Steel Trap does a third, but then it does more than a third because of the damage. So honestly, that's not a bad check to Bar Badger at all, because again, I have like... The only stats on the calculator I have right now are max HP. And then you have trapping and you have item removal. So there's that. You can do some damage with Harrow. So it wouldn't be as passive as, say, something like Steer Knight. Interesting. Is there any other application to this thing? Is there a dark type we have to worry about? I don't even have very robust on mine, Shadow. It's literally just 200 HP so far. Is there any other physical guide that this would be applicable to? I mean, Tyrex. It would be applicable to Tyrex. Hunder, okay. Let's see. Dakuda, though you'd have to watch out for Gampulse. Actually, how would it do into Halvantic? Because I know it has Primal Slash, so that would be something to worry about. Assuming +3. Well, it wouldn't be +3 because, again, Terrifying. It'd be +2. Yeah, I'd have to check out the Halvantic thing and see what we got. Because Primal Slash would be a legitimate concern for the set. But you sit on Grim. True. That, you know, that's every spirit type, but true. But then you lose your item, which is not fun. Let's see. Halvantic. Do we have anything on the calc? No. Okay. I am assuming just 200 brawny gloves. Specialty gloves. Soul it's not living. We're gonna see. So Gnarly Gash with Pitch Black, actually Territorial in this instance because it'd be nerfed. We have Thunder Crash, we have Baneful Bash, and then of course the one we actually care about, Primal Slash. Primal Slash, oh boy, yeah, that's half. But again, that's no defensive investment yet. Alright. Is there a way to make that a 3-shot? Because then, they would be forced to Primal Slash to deal with the, with it. So let's just max this out for now. Yershel sits on the Himber from earlier. Shut up. I was trying to avoid that. I'm staunch. El Bozo. Except I'm not actually staunch because, no. Alright. So I guess you do Robust with enough defense to make Primal Slash a 3-shot. And then you do the rest in attack. So you can actually deal damage. Alright, see ya, Soul. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. How much do you do to Halvantic? I'm looking at that right now. It's a 3-shot with Harrow. So again, if it's not Primal Slash, like if you don't come in on Primal Slash, if you come in on any of the other moves, then you can actually like box with it. You can slap down the gloves, true. So you'd have like slap down, Harrow, Steel Trap, and then like a priority move? No, you'd want a melee, you'd want a brawler move. You don't have Vital Jab yet. What, you give Vital Jab to Yershel, right? At this point, because like it doesn't have Sharp Claws? I think that'd be fine. +3 Martial Shell, Broke Assault versus Restrictive Armor Luminami. Yeah, lives. Makes sense. It's Luminami. But yeah, Harrow does like 40% to the Halvantic. But yeah, you could also slap its gloves. So yeah, you come in, slap gloves if it's not clicking Primal Slash in your face. Like Gnarly Gash and Thunder Crash don't even do 20%. Baneful Bash does a little more. Does like a quarter, or it does between a quarter and a third. So it's not the best, but like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Of course, you could also just make it very brawny, or not very brawny, very robust, and disregard everything I've been saying. So yeah, what would happen if I made this very robust? And then I made it 96 attack, just because Harrow's still a 3-shot. So you could just do that. Primal Slash drops down to... I mean... You could do... Oh, wait, I have Robust, very robust. That makes more sense. I was like, that is a big drop-off in damage. So Baneful Bash does around a quarter. Gnarly Gash, sometimes does 10%. Oh, wait a minute. I have Territorial instead of... All of these are Territorial boosted. Oh, no. I was thinking Territorial for the Gnarly Gash, because it's getting nerfed, but... Shoot. Huh. No fines. So I get exclamation point fines if you care. Wait, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Did I update that correctly? Yeah, I did. Okay. But yeah, Helvantic does less damage than I thought. Hold up. So very robust, terrifying. Your soul does, or it takes 28 to 34 from Primal Slash with gloves. And then it also 3 shots with Harrow. So basically, if it's not clicking Primal Slash, it's not dealing damage. But yeah, if only it had Vital Jab, that would complete this set. How much when it's slapped? If it doesn't have gloves, 19 to 23 with Primal Slash. Neat. So yeah, your soul is would be a solid check to Helvantic. We give it Vital Jab and Fade Away now. Okay. I know people. There are some people also asking for Fade Away Vesp now, and it's just like, oh boy, are we just? Is that what we're doing now? I mean, I get for in the case of Vesp, the Fade Away could also double as like even with you would still use Awakening. I get that, but like with Demanding, the Fade Away would actually heal it and get it out of the battle, even if just a little. Drain Orb, by the way, is also being eventually buffed to like work with Demanding healing, so it would be able to run Drain Orb with Demanding and get more healing. Timu Power Rapper, true. True. But yeah, would that be worth running after the Dream Orb buff? If it had Fade Away, I assume you're asking? I mean, it would just depend on how much damage you could deal. Because in that case, you'd want to actually run it offensively. I don't know. But no, this Ursul idea could be interesting because it's not passive like the other like very robust guys we've been looking at. The problem is it does not have Vital Jab. If it had Vital Jab, this would be honestly a pretty decent set. Okay, that's another alpha. Cool. Yummy. Can I have a gamma? It's been forever. All right. So that is our floral one. Can we get Jamie to give it Vital Jab now? We'll see. It wouldn't happen with season 2, just letting you know. No matter the amount of kicking and screaming, that would not happen with season 2. But it would be interesting. Yeah, I know. Bulk up Vital Gem would be good. It's also getting Shadow Box, so you could run either or. Although, you know, to be fair, Isaac, every season should be buffing the bad stuff season, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. If only, right? If only. That'd be the dream. I might go for 1 more hour, just because this conversation is interesting. Oh, no. I know the egg rain's in Highway right now. Yeah, Highway. Yeah, egg rain's in Highway. So Surebot. No. So Surebot, Iron Fumble, he's going to just stay bad because Jamie just doesn't want to buff him. He wants it to remain bad. It's a broken ice cream machine. It's supposed to be bad. It's called Watermelon for whatever reason. Well, I was told by devs that it's a floral pattern, so it's floral. Like, the community can have whatever name for it. I'm just going to call it floral because that's apparently what it is. Oh, goodbye, egg. One last repel for the road. But, yeah, he wants to buff a bunch of bad stuff with Season 3. There's already talks of not elect and whatnot getting buffed. What would you do with Bewarned? I've had, Alright. Over to Hiwa. I've had talks with my server about Bewarned. The ideas were Spite, Gust, Boom Bash, and there was another idea that I've forgotten. I forgot there was another one. Oh, wait, I've already DM'd Jamie this, so I can just look. Stratagem, Bane of Haste, right? The mind draining move. I mean, that's not a move yet, so I can't realistically speak on that. And Nautilek has nothing confirmed for it yet anyway. Like, Jamie wants to do something with Nautilek. He's not, like, 100% set on what yet. Like, he wants to change the ability, but he doesn't know which one. He wants to keep Protective Shell because it thematically makes sense, but also people don't want to get rid of Watcher, but then they also kind of do because they kind of work under Bane of Haste, and that kind of doesn't work. And then, of course, you could change the secret ability, but people hate getting secret abilities, especially of fossils. So... Regift. I was thinking Power Napper, dude. I legitimately think the two Knotlings could get Power Napper. But then you have the problem of 2 different fossils with Power Napper. Because you'd have Infernix and the Knotlings with Power Napper. I still think it'd be worth it for him. Knotling is probably gonna, or not elect is probably gonna get more coverage. Because MMs are a thing, and so it doesn't have to go through Notling. Of course, there could always be that mind draining move for not elect as well, because Knockout has Vital Jab, which would be nice. But again, back to Bewarned. Like, if we, like, before we just pulled the trigger on hard recovery, what are you doing with it? Because again, Spite sounds good for Bewarned. It's super bulky. It can make progress that way. Somebody wanted Boom Bash just because they love using Do or Die Bewarned, and I'm just like, why not throw him a bone, right? Why not throw him a bone? Gust was something epically wanted just so it had more utility. And since Bewarned sucks, Gust is fine, but I think Jamie would make that teardown anyway because Gust doesn't make sense with Bewarned. And then what? Bane of Haste because it's slow and support, so sure. And then Stratagem because it is fat mind type that, you know, could also now not be passive. Burn Up however does. No, this music is not fire. Stop it. Living by a volcano and saying, oh yeah, this music is so fire does not justify Burn Up. Hula Baloo, true. I don't know if it would, I don't know how good it would be with Hula Baloo, but that's fair. That's funny. It is funny. However, he got rid of Burn Up on Ventation and whatnot. So like, I don't think he would let it slide. Like, why did Ventation actually get nerfed? Poor Ventation, he did nothing wrong. He hates it just... see, it's got Battering Ram. Maybe he saw a calc with his Metatoad, right? Where it did not want to eat the Battering Ram. And so he decided, let's nerf it. Because he wants to use Sly Metatoad this season. He was like, oh, no, no. Can't have that. But what are some other... yeah, what are some other mons that you want to see buffed with Season 3? Yoink's Burn Up. You see, Yoinking Burn Up removes a reason to use Ventation at all. So it's a way to disguise his Ventation agenda without, you know, without directly being like, yeah, I want to use my Metatoad, screw you. You know, he was trying to hide it. He thought he was clever. Does Rev count? I mean, if... let's hear what you got in mind for him. Violana's been pretty forgettable. I wouldn't consider Violana a garbage guy. I'm gonna level with you. Like, yeah, it's like second fiddle. But it's not like... it's not like the third line, right? Yes, Infernix is indeed considered a mon. You're fine. We can buff Infernix. Let's be real. Rework Phoenix Flame. Let's be real. Swolder. I don't know. I don't know about Swolder. I really like Swolder. I don't know how... it's hard to say. Let me look at this usage stuff again. and see what Swolder's problem is. Is it because it actually sucks, or is it because it has an unfortunate matchup into what's commonly used? Because I feel like Swolder has some tools. Like, it's got Vital Jab, Brawn Boost, it can set up, it's got Poison. So, it can do stuff. But is it a thing of it can't actually match up into the meta, or is it just lacking things to do so? So if I could freaking find the DM again, Jesus, all right, there we go. So now that we have usage stuff, all right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Atlas. I think it has plenty of tools, and good tools at that. It's just that its typing is the main issue. Revenine with Wildfire? I don't know about that. Let me see here. Obviously, Stratosaur makes its life awful. Arceros is a little too strong with the neutral damage for it to handle. Dakuda, probably, with gloves, also isn't the best thing for it. But, like, it's not frail either. It's got, like, what, 85? 85, 120 or something? No, 85, 100 or something? Swolder... Yeah, 85, 105 isn't exactly frail on the physical side. I mean, yeah, you could always replace Apprehension. I just don't know if Jamie's down to do something like that. But again, I guess in this theoretical world, you guys, I'm giving you guys near free reign, as long as it makes sense, right? So what would you give Swolder? Although I think webbing is a great ability for it. It's like just slow enough. It's like just fast enough that putting stuff at -1 is actually detrimental in the matchup. We're talking about Swolder. We're trying to see if Swolder doesn't have enough juice, or if it's just an unfortunate matchup into what's meta. And they're all like, oh, it might help, you know, replacing Apprehension. Like, yes, but... You know, are you actually... or would you actually do that? So, in Swolder's case, yeah, let's go back to the little thing. Like, it could hit stuff like Plasmoth. It can't stop any pivots. That's a big downside. You could match into Tyrex pretty okay, because again, you're bulky, you have Vital Jab to hit it. You can actually let's check what Dakuda does. Let's just assume it's gloves. Torrential, oh my god, that's so much damage. Let's just assume robust. Torrential Slash is still big chance to two-shot, yeah. It can't handle strong neutral hits. It handles the Voucher Malamurk. You're so right. How would I rework Phoenix Flame? That's a good question. Because, like, the whole premise behind it is it's kind of like a rebirth, because again, Infernix is a phoenix. Fun fact, if you didn't know. With Phoenix Flame, it's hard to do kind of like a rebirth thing. Swolder getting poison barbs. I could see it. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It's fine. Like, it's fine for it to get that. But I don't think that makes it good into meta. I think it's just the wrong meta for it. I don't know what would be the right meta though. Because like the strong dark types kind of died. Like there's Umbrat. I know people want to use Umbrat. So you can handle that. There's what? I mean, Nemesis is dark air, so it slaps you anyway. Halvantic, you've already said it can handle that. But in terms like Vesperatu faded out, Vursel's kind of out of here right now. Umbrat's getting Chili Chomp, yes, but it's got base 106 attack. I think a defensive Swolder would be able to take a Chili Chomp. Chili Chomp is 70 base power. Because what? Swolder has Mega Punch, Vital Jab, Parasitize, Baneful Bash. Does it even have... Rumbrat just... Yeah, it does just fade away. But to be fair, if it doesn't click fade away right away, it is now slower than Swolder, so it can't really safely fade away. So it does... Swolder does kind of deter it from clicking anything else. That is another regular egg. Oh boy. Oh boy. So fun. So much fun. Apprehension, terrifying, or petrifying? Oh lord. Oh boy. Is that the answer now? Just give everything terrifying? I mean, I guess, yeah, no, I don't see that happening. I wouldn't do that just because there's already so much with terrifying. That's why petrifying then? Oh boy. Yeah, I guess we are lacking on the petrifying users, guys. But let's see here. Let's continue to look at some melee attackers. Our Golem blows you up. Volcaloa. I don't know how relevant Volcaloa is going to be. Grimuline. You could hit Grimuline. People were advocating for Dissipate Infernix. Can it handle Tata? Ooh, good question. Tata. Brawny, Awakening, Specialty, Gloves. Alright, hold up, let me get another encounter. There we go. 200. Jungle Jutsu. Oh yeah, I could definitely handle it. Oh wait, no, maybe not. That's robust. But if you're very robust, then yeah, you don't take half. But then again, you have webbing again, that kind of forces it out. You have to have nimble to outspeed after webbing? True. So, let's see, -1, nimble, 200 is 112. Yeah, you need way too much speed for that. Alright, so webbing doesn't really work on Tata. Maybe Swolder just isn't bulky enough. Because Swolder's one of those that can't afford to run the restrictive stuff because it's going to need to heal. Like, yeah, you have Parasitize and Vital Jab and 120 attack. It's kind of like, you know, it hits as hard as Ursul. But this one's going to need to heal. It's going to want to click something like Poison. Swolder with Bloodsucker. That is certainly an idea, am I right? Certainly an idea. Poison Barb Shatter, oh boy. Hmm. Does it have... Wait, does Swolder has, like, Mega Chomp, right? Because I was thinking, does it even have a fourth move to run with the, restrictive? You could run restrictive webbing, parasitize Vital Jab, right? And then Baneful and Mega, I guess. Swolder fanning flame like Pyrelin. What flame does it have to fan? Clingy would make Swolder a solid slapdown switch in. It is better than Apprehension, you're right. Give it Earthquake and call it a day. Fair. Alright, so let's try a scenario where it's got restrictive, but it's also kind of offensive, kind of. I mean, how much bulk can you sacrifice, realistically, to give yourself damage output and maybe speed to abuse webbing? So you have Parasitize. Actually, let me get another encounter here. You have Vital Jab. You have Baneful Bash. You have Mega Chomp. Alright, so something like Top, you would need 113 speed to outspeed. So like something maybe like Robust Nimble. How much speed is that? Oh my god, that's so much speed. So 104 speed with Nimble. It will get the bug type Sucker Punch, that's true. Eventually. So how much attack can we realistically get out of this? I guess you lower the defense until this Jungle Jutsu doesn't have any kind of chance to two-shot with barbs up. Actually, no, you don't need to go that far. Because you have... Yeah, no, you have plenty of bulk in that regard. So now I'm kind of wanting to look at, I guess, Gloves Dakuda? Or Dakuda? What about that? Yeah, that's not destroying you either. Yeah, there's going to be a Bug-type Sucker Punch. Sumobito's going to get it. Swolder's going to get it. I think Terraclaw's getting it. Buzzlin, I don't know if Buzzlin's getting it. I don't know. I believe it's Terraclaw, Swolder, and Sumobito that are like guaranteed to get it. Alright, so with the Kuda... Let's see. Torrential Slash is still chunking you so hard. Give it Sticky Web. Well, Sticky Web in this game is Banana Split, and, well, it's not a banana. Yeah, Swolder is not a banana, so there is no banana splitting. Add Molt version of Banana Split. Oh boy. Except we already have a Molt move, and it, yeah, we can't, sorry. The move Molt already exists. It's only on Garbantis, but we don't talk about that. Glamora's ability? Oh, you mean Toxic Debris? That is already in the game with Spine Break on Dokumori. Yeah, Swolder's a hard one. I think its typing is just the biggest problem for it. Mortal Spin is Rapid Spin, but instead of raising speed, it poisons them. Like, it removes hazards and then poisons them. Yeah, I don't know what to do about Swolder. Because I'm trying to think of what all it resists. It resists Bug, it resists Toxic, it resists Dark. Yeah, I don't know. Resist plant? Oh, true, true. Yeah, I don't know. I just... Yeah, Swolder's not big enough to live neutral, like, strong neutral hits. But its typing also doesn't come with a lot of, good resistances. Like, the only... Like, Toxic and Dark are good resists. Although Toxic's not a very prominent physical. Like, there isn't a bunch of prominent physical Toxic types. Like, you have Rancidor, but that's ranged. Snaggoop's also ranged and also has air. So yeah, I think Swolder's biggest problem is the typing. Alright, okay, anyway, with Infernix... I mean, Dissipate obviously makes it a lot better. The question is, do you really want... Or does the game really want and or need a good fire type... fire types with pivots? Because I've come to the realization that there are not many of those. Like, you have Lantorch. You have Lantorch, you have Ikazune. Well, can't remember any others, if at all. Oh, Revenine. How could I forget about Revenine? Well, very easily, actually. The fire type pivots are easy to wall, though. I'm not trying... I think... I'm talking more so about defensive fire type pivots. Just because they have... Like, fire typing as a whole is good defensively. I don't know if actually having good fire type pivots is a necessity. Or, when I say necessity, I mean more so, like, healthy for the direction of the game. Because I mean, they automatically remove a form of hazard. And then the, fire type is also just pretty good defensively. Like, this is a recent thought I've been having. Because originally I was like, yeah, give Infernix Dissipate if Power Napper gets changed. No, Malevolwax does not have Pivot. Yeah. Revenine, Ikazune, and Lantorch are the only fire types with pivots. So, like, no bulky fire pivot. I'm just thinking to myself, wait, is that a good thing or a bad thing? And I'm leaning towards good. Malevolwax does have Fade Away? Really? I sworn it didn't, but hey. It's been a while since I've looked at its move pool. But never mind, we have a fire type pivot. Not saying we need more. That was not a thing of like, oh, since we have one, might as well, you know, go for more. But then again, Infernix sucks. So, what do we do to buff it? 20k Machamp? Oh, boy, here we are. They're here to make fun of me, even though I'm not even playing Pokemon Unite right now. It's crazy. No, I don't think Power Napper needs to heal 50%. Absolutely not. Yeah, what's up, Mochi? What's up, Speeder? But, have I gotten anything? No gammas. No gammas. I've gotten 2 alpha normal eggs and an alpha floral egg. And, yep. Hey, there's a Fabergé. Cool. But yeah, with Infernix. But anyway, if we were to buff Power Napper at all, I think you'd only go up to like 40%, 40%. But even then, I don't think you need to buff it. At least not yet. At least not yet. Like, yes, Infernix hates existence. I get that. But like, Luminami's actually like holding on pretty well. I found it funny in the Loomian Legacy official channel saying that I'd rather run Awakening than get that than use Power Napper. I'm just like, okay. You would take more stab damage on a defensive guy than free healing. Got it. But yeah, if Power Napper were to be buffed, it would just be to like 40%. Because half is just too much. Because that essentially means Luminami, or like anything with Power Napper, will always come in with half health or more. Like more than half health, I should say. Well, no, Corey, they were referring to defensive Luminami with Awakening. Obviously, if you want to run a funny gloves Luminami, you'd run Awakening, but yeah, they would want to run a defensive Luminami with the damage boosting ability than the one that heals you. But yeah, with 50% missing HP, that means you always come in at or above 50%. Is it going to be like Doodle World, where it's going to be 50% first swap and the 25%? No, that's not how Doodle Worlds works at all. Doodle Worlds is 50% of missing HP. You will always come in at or above 50% HP. And by the way, when I say at 50%, that would literally mean coming back from 0 HP. So, like, you're always above 50%. Doodle Worlds is fine to be that strong because there's more damage being thrown around in Doodle World. There's far more damage being thrown around in Doodle World. One, because stab is stronger. And two, there's just a bunch of strong moves and strong stats and strong abilities. So, yeah, that game can handle that level of, like, constant refreshing. I don't know if Loomian Legacy could. Now, obviously, the stall players would argue that it's fine because, you know, game's been defensive forever. Why change it? But I'd say just let's not. But if Power Napper were to be buffed, I would, yeah, just bring it up to 40%. As for Infernix, back to Infernix. I don't know how I feel about Dissipate, but, like, at the same time, it's Infernix. Throw it a bone. I'd say before we think about, like, Dissipate, like, before we just lock that in, how do we rework Phoenix Flame? Because that move is just... That move is just a mess. How do we keep it similar in nature, like, similar in the logic of Rebirth, while also not making it trash? Perch Infernix. Okay, well, we're talking about Phoenix Flame. Make it jungle healing. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I just got a funny DM. I responded to it while I'm streaming. How dare I? Anyway, let's put Discord away. But yeah, I'm trying to think of how you would rework Phoenix Flame. Tribute, but you sack a different loom to gain full HP and energy. I don't think people would like that. Because, like, thematically, the way it works now makes sense. You use all your energy and you just kind of bring yourself back. But, Make a priority health gift. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a tough move to, like, rework. No, Ho-Oh does not have a move like Phoenix Flame. I'm honestly surprised it didn't get Revival Blessing. I'm honestly surprised. But, yeah, Ho-Oh does not have a Phoenix Flame-like ability. It just has Regenerator. Just like Infernix. But, you know, Ho-Oh has a gazillion more stats than Infernix. And a better typing. Yeah, how do you... Do you just give it Dissipate and call it a day? And just ignore that Phoenix Flame is such a bad move? So Ho-Oh, yeah, the burn tower, you know, that big fire, there were 3 Pokemon, undisclosed Pokemon in there that died in the fire. Ho-Oh came over and revived the 3, and that's how the legendary beast came to be. Obviously, it's speculated that it was Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon, but that's just speculation. But no, the burn tower, you know, it burnt down, killed 3 Pokemon. And yeah, Ho-Oh revived them. And, you know, there's Suicune and Raikou. Make it fire type explosion, but you revive yourself at 50%. Oh god. So you just kill yourself, but then don't actually. Make Phoenix Flame wish. Then Wiki can't have it. But I could see it functioning as like a wish type thing. That's probably the closest you would get to a rebirth, is a wish type thing. So how would you differentiate it from wish? I don't see them ever wanting to add revival blessing because that's a lot of messy code. Because like they don't even have revives in the game in general. So like that's a whole new thing of code that they'd have to try and go through. Make it clear status as well as wish. Oh god. Oh god. No, I don't want to imagine that on stall. Oh god. The freest of status clearing. You wish and then you switch into something and have yourself healed and status cleared. Oh god. Oh boy. Make it a pivoting wish move. Oh god. No. That would be so annoying. But I think going the wish direction makes sense. Now the question is there a need to differentiate it from wish? Or do you just have wish and Phoenix? Like Phoenix Flame is wish and then Wiki also gets a wish. I don't know. Although if Phoenix Flame does become a wish, it would never get pivot. Oh, wish could recover energy too. That is a way to differentiate it. That is a way to differentiate it. No, Wikis would not recover energy. It would just be a fat bomb of base 164 health or something, or whatever Wikis is. Is Wikis 154 or 164? Wiki. 162. Oh, Cephalops is 164. Right? Yeah. So you'd have wish. Now the question is, would you prefer that or the current Phoenix Flame? For, you know, like, if you're trying to preserve your Infernix. Because I feel like the other thing just gives you more, obviously, support to heal your other stuff. And then Infernix can always switch out to get some health back with Power Napper. Yeah, the big thing at that point though is I don't think Infernix be getting Dissipate anymore. Like, if that's what Phoenix Flame changed to, I don't think it'd be getting no Dissipate. So at that point, it'd be a thing of, would you value Dissipate or a reworked Phoenix Flame? Obviously, one option is a lot easier to make happen. All right. So yeah, I think that would be a solid rework. It's just Wish that gives energy and health. It's just that's just the closest thing to Rebirth without making Infernix come back from the freaking dead, and without the move being trash like it is now. Of course, I would still ask other people about it rather than, you know, just after just using this stream discussion. You wonder if it'd be used in stall. I mean, Wish in general is a strong option for that, but I don't know. Yeah, no, it's not going to clear status. No. No, God, no. Like, it does fit conceptually to clear status, but oh God, no. Can we not have... We do not need a Wish past that clear status. Logically, it makes sense, yes, but, like, we don't need to do that. We could just not. We could not. Yeah, I'd rather not have a Wish past that clear status. That would 100% be used on stall. Because now stall can status absorb with literally anything, and it doesn't matter. Because they could always just remove it later. While also healing themselves. Like, yeah, you could just run Wonder Herb Infernix to clear status, because it has that. But why do that when you can heal on top of it? We combine Wish and Revival Blessing. No! No. But yeah, Dissipate would obviously be easier to give to Infernix. But I think I personally would rather rework its signature so that it's a move that people want to actually click. Though I guess the same could be said for signatures like Stratosaur's Second Wind. Jesus, that move is just not a move. That is not a move. So Dissipate would probably be the more likely option there. Exactly, Isaac. Exactly. Second Wind changes to Tailwind. You're right, Atlas. That is true. Stratosaur doesn't care that his signature move sucks because it's good. You're right. So yeah. I guess with Dissipate, it wouldn't really matter how a Phoenix Flame is. I don't think Tailwind being locked to a signature move would be a good idea, though. Because then it just hyper centralizes the speed control in a double setting. Anyway, I guess that's enough about Infernix. What are some other garbage guys we could buff? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true, Corey. 25% though. I guess it could be easy to buff to 33 or whatnot. Sedimars? Okay. What's the biggest problem with Sedimars? It's that as a bulky Earth, it's just kind of outclassed in every direction. Doesn't really have a real ability. Yeah, Dyborg wants Light Clay for sure. Sedimars doesn't really have an ability. It has Hasty. And then it has Lazy, which doesn't do anything. Give Fadeaway back to Festifer. True. True. I guess, yeah, it has Clutch. Wow, Sedimars has Clutch, guys. Huge. Could change Clutch to something. I know people have been talking about insulated Sedimars. It is a fat bear. If I could see it. Give Seti Curse. It would like Curse, huh? It certainly wouldn't get insulated to that point, because we don't need insulated plus Curse plus Rejuvenate. But would insulated help it though? In some cases, yeah, it would be an Earth type not really scared of Ice types. And then it also gets a fire resist on top of that. Like that would be carving out a kind of niche. Like take Bar Badger for example. Let's run a little thing because Sedimars can run what a very robust kind of deal into Bar Badger. Let's say its ability was insulated. Let's see, Dauntless. Does it have? It has Blaze Chomp, right? It would. I mean, it would be switching into a Dauntless boosted thing. That's just Gastroke 2.0. Okay. Except this one's physically defensive and not a plant type. I'm confused. Is there an actual issue here? How much does Blaze Chomp do? Probably not much. Yeah, okay. It does nothing to Bar Badger. Ooh, that's the big problem. It wouldn't actually be able to threaten anything back. So yeah, even if you give it insulated, it's still really passive. That's the biggest problem. It has no way to make progress. So what would you do with Sedimars? Because yeah, it's super passive. Give it pivot so it's the guaranteed slowest pivot. I mean, Dissipate would still go after it. Um. So yeah, you would need something that gives Sedimars like actual presence. Give it dissipate so it's slower than other dissipate. Yeah, you're right. There we go. Now we're thinking. All right. So what would we give Sedimars so that it actually does something? Like you have hasty, you can run if you want to run funny, haha damage. But what do you give Sedimars if it actually wants to be bulky? Driving force? Technically, yes. Technically, yes, it does stuff like that, but the thing of, do we want another Bat Earth type with driving force? This one having rejuvenate? Yeah, I don't know. Another Baffle Bear. True. I don't know if it needs to be a pivot, but I mean, Sedimars needs something. It needs something to like establish presence. Sedimars having hazards. I mean, yeah, you could do that. But then again, the problem with giving it hazards, like if you gave it hazards, then what? Because again, it's not threatening anything that potentially wants to remove hazards, so like stuff just comes in and gets rid of the hazards. Like it just Sedimars has no presence. What moves can you give it to give it presence? Like, Sedimars having hasty was fine back in the day because, one, damage output wasn't, like, ridiculously high. So it's actually able to wall things, and then it gave itself presence with damage at that point. So now there's the opportunity cost is a lot higher. Because if you miss, now you're really not doing anything. Earth type chase down, yeah, no. Earth, simple, fire, electric. I believe it also has dark, but might just be chomp in that regard. But yeah, something like that is coverage, yeah. And again, it doesn't necessarily need to be directly offensive to have presence. It just needs to be something that deters people from just taking advantage of the fact that you exist. Like, that would be why Spite would be so good on something like Bewarned, because otherwise it's pretty passive. Yawn makes sense. Yeah, Yawn makes sense. Give me City Mars, Scorching Sands. I don't know about that. Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily need to be Hypnotize, Corey, but yeah, some kind of Yawn would make sense, but I understand the problem there. Guts Facade, watch people panic? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if people would panic. I guess if people are panicking about Cramboss, it makes sense. What's the difference between other ranged tanks and Setimars? All right, so Plasmoth. It threatens paralysis. It can always pivot off of you. It's got a good speed tier with provoke, so it could prevent you from like taking any kind of setup approach against it. What else we got? I gotta look at other ones. Pyrolen just has big damage. Like it has a big attack stat, so it can actually hit you and set up in your face. Let's look at other ones. El Iguana has hazard removal and pivot, and can also paralyze you. Stratosaur isn't really used as much of a wall as it is just like a bulky check to things, but it can set up in your face. Become really threatening really quick. I don't know about anything else running clever. Gargolem has hazards, has phasing, hazard removal. Metatoad, even Metatoad, it has slide to ignore other items. And that has utility in removal, it has pivot, can hit decently hard. Hoganosh, just good damage output, can set up, become threatening if it's not already threatening. What else do we got out here? So basically, it revert talent traits become something to worry about. Deja vu. Oh boy. Heck, even Festifer, despite its typing not being the best, it has regift. It has hazards. It can threaten damage with good options with Ice Earth and a strong plant move. What's the equivalent to Setimars in Pokemon? I don't know. Alright, there we go. We're done with the boost. Might as well collect any other eggs. Pomala. I wouldn't really consider them equivalents. I thought you meant like how they're used, but I guess you could say Komala, but yeah, Komala's not good either. Right, are there any other eggs that I just happened to miss? Oh, there's one. Hello. Right, I think I got them all. All right. Go through here, make sure. All right. We just give it Spite and call it a day. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about something with Spite and Recovery. Although I guess Sinogre's gonna have Strength up at some point. Baffle does make it a pivot. But Zeppelin, true. You're so right. Yeah, I don't know. What do you do with Setimars? Would Brawn Boost make it a bigger threat? I think it would prefer like bulk up. If it were to do something like that, it would prefer like bulk up Shadow Box, but Shadow Box wouldn't make sense. Because again, it wants to be bulky, so yeah, it wants to bolster the fact that it's not taking damage from you while also setting up. Yeah, I don't know what you would do with the Setimars. Stronger moves is one thing, you know, like instead of Thunder Chomp, you have Thunder Crash. You know, stuff like that. So there's that. Bulk up so that, you know, it doesn't remain entirely passive. And then what? Because at that point you're just a bulky guy that has some damaging moves, but 0 utility. Which I guess might be okay, but still wouldn't be good. You're right, Corey. Just give it summon. Yeah, I don't know. Sandy Marge is an interesting one, but I think I'm gonna end it there. Stratagem, call it a day. You would prefer Body Crash, but I think I'm gonna call it a day. I was thinking about recording the video thing on stream, but then it's just like I've been live for 3 hours already, so I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, you know, whatever it is. Make it a good one. Bye-bye.